So you were saying something about Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, well, we shouldn't air this for all the viewers, but how nice you got your sponsor beer, Pacifica
Pacifico, baby.
or Pacifico. Yeah. Um, so yeah, Woody Harrelson, yeah, Justin Trudeau, and Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey. They switch out, and maybe like somebody else plays the odd role, but it looks like that's definitely Woody Harrelson plays or Trudeau and McConaughey, right?
I could
And
see
even
that.
Ed,
Yeah, I could see
even
that.
Ed Harris, the guy off the Truman Show, Ed Harris,
Yep.
that's Woody Harrelson, and then William Dafoe again, and then William in Buckingham Palace. Like if you've seen Tropic Thunder, they actually have masks that are better than Tom Cruise when he has the bald piece, and even better than the black guy. What was the remember the black guy was actually Will that Connick Jr. or no whatever, it was some white actor playing a black guy. Their masks are so hyper realistic, you never know
Robert
who's who.
Downey Jr.
Yeah, he played the
I
black
get
guy.
I get comments all the time. Like when I let my hair grow out a little bit and start looking a little, defunct. And people are like, "Hey, you look kind of like Robert Downey Jr." And I'm like, "No, no, Robert Downey Jr. kind of looks like me, is what you mean."
Yeah, we should do a remake of Tropic Thunder. That was the best.
Yeah, that movie was pretty funny.
That's the best war movie of all time.
All time.
I don't even like any other war movies.
Yeah, it was pretty darn funny.
Have you tried these Indian snacks?
Are they actually from India?
Belpuri.
Nice.
This is Haldi Rams, Nagpur.
Yeah, I've eaten lots of snacks from India in my time. You know that I grew up in India, right?
No.
Yeah, I grew up in Delhi for 3 years when I was a rambunctious young preteen learning how to build explosives out of fireworks that you could buy from any corner store in Delhi.
Oh man, were we good at making firecrackers into huge dynamite sticks.
Oh yeah, no, I used to make them into they were the size of footballs or rugby
But
balls.
only in
Like,
Mexico because it's too expensive to do that in Canada with the price of fireworks up
oh
north.
yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Yeah, we used to buy boxes of these little. They're kind of like M80s, but they called them atom bombs out there. And we would sit there and meticulously cut them open and peel back all the little bits of string and twine, and then finally get to the little cardboard box of gunpowder in the middle and dump it out, bomb after bomb, dump out a little bit of explosive until we had a pile of gunpowder, and then pack it into the old paperclip holders. You know those plastic clear paperclip holders that had the metallic ring on the inside of the top, and they would sit on people's desks, right?
Yeah.
So we'd pack it into that, and then we'd stick one of the metal pipes that the local people used to use to heat up their clay ovens, the long pipes that they would blow into,
Yeah.
and then so we'd get one of those and attach that to the inside of the ring, and then feed the fuse down the pipe, and then wrap that thing with wire and duct tape and twine, and it would end up being the size of, like a football, like a rugby ball. Yeah. And so in India, because of all the cows pretty much shit everywhere. In Canada we've got piles of snow in the winter where they would just, all the diggers would come in and they'd push all the snow from all the parking lots and everything up into one big pile in the corner. Well, in India they do that, but with cow dung. So you'd have these mounds of cow shit. And so we, in our infinite wisdom of 12-year-old idiots, would go around
You fill
with
up the
these
piles of cow shit.
bombs and shovels, and we'd go and we'd dig a hole, 4 feet down into this mound of cow shit, and plant our little bomb, and then throw a bunch of cow shit on top of it and light the fuse and run. By the time we get to the end of the block, it explodes, burning cow shit all over the street. And yeah,
That's the best.
best.
I bet all neighbors loved you.
They were so upset when we left India. I mean, I think they cried, maybe in joy, but probably in, just sheer desperation that there'd be no
And
more
when you
no
guys
more
were having
excitement.
when you guys were having the most fun, all the locals would yell, "Holy shit!"
Maybe that's why they have that holiday called Holi in India. But no, my favorite was Diwali. Diwali was the best. It was 3 days non-stop of just explosions, fireworks and firecrackers and rockets and flares and you name it. And you could buy fireworks anywhere you wanted.
Because it was the Indians that taught Marco Polo how to make fireworks, and then he brought that to China.
Is that how that worked?
No, it was the Frenchies. They actually showed Marco Polo, and then Marco showed the Indians.
Really?
And then they brought out some Smith and Wessons, and they're like, "Get to work, Chinese."
You know that I am a descendant of the Marco Polo family, right?
I always make jokes about Marco Polo.
I know, you love to do that, yeah.
Even before I met you, though, because it's just like such fairy tale history that we have to like make fun of, like even like Sir Isaac Newton and Napoleon.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, Napoleon was such a small little prick. How can you not make fun of that guy?
Or what about the little guy on the horse? What was his name?
That was Napoleon.
Well, and then there was Genghis Khan.
Yeah, right. Genghis Khan made it all the way over to Europe? I don't think so.
Man, little guys can't take over anything. They always give us these fake stories with Napoleon and Genghis Khan.
I
Again.
know. And then they delete the Tartarians from history entirely. Like, what the fuck?
Those are the craziest Frenchies of all time.
Well, I mean, the Tartarians are right up there with the Atlanteans, like, I mean, the Atlanteans were probably the most advanced, and Tartarians were probably the most ruthless and still hella smart and hella advanced, but,
Yep.
they...
Jordan Peterson's favorite, the Ashkenazi Jews.
Yeah.
It's 15 points higher on the IQ scale, says Jordan Peterson. But he looks identical to Norman Finkelstein.
Oh, man. I love the names. They're just great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's been a long time, Steve, and I am sorry it's taken me so long to get off my skinny, starving ass, but we should have been doing this for years, and
I know.
I got super depressed and probably still am, but I mean, it's kind of hard not to when you look outside and see such a clown world, and then you realize that you're actually putting on makeup to go outside, and you're like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Like...
Well, I really love that live stream, or I guess the part we did with Ed Weiss. That was right when they let me out of the mental hospital, and I'm still all drowsy from the drugs they gave me. And I went quiet for over a year after that. I was just like, I got to regroup here.
Yeah.
I actually went quiet for a year and a half after that, and then busted out big time.
Yeah.
I had Meghan Markle riding. She's like, yeah, I love you. But it was like Katarina Newson from Norway, and then her big milker titties look just like Jessica Bangkok. And same with Christina DeBarge. Man, they send the nicest royal milkers at me, but she's a royal bee. You better watch out for that Meghan Markle.
Oh, man. Yeah, I've seen them kind of popping up in the news a little bit here and there lately, but it's all bullshit. All of it. So, what do you got going on in your little hometown of Nelson, British Columbia?
Got all the bikers all riled up. They hate me.
They hate you or they love you?
And the cops are breaking my ribs because I do the best used Doukhobor car salesman impression. You want to buy a car, everyone's got to make a buck or two. You couldn't even get just the price of the rubber. You can't get that brand new down at Cal Tire. It's a steal of a deal.
Damn.
Yeah, so the cops broke my ribs 3 weeks ago.
Shit.
Or it 3 weeks tomorrow. But it's been a good run. I'm in live stream on Facebook, the odd TikTok live stream, but those cops gave me some good distance since they broke my ribs.
Damn.
And the bikers, they keep on sending their little minions. Me. You need to shut up about this or me. And I'm like, or what? You little fucking Kikes on Bikes roadshow. Get the fuck out of my face before you don't have any teeth and you won't be talking tough next time with a broken jaw, you little midget.
You know,
fucking, and then they don't like that because sometimes I talk friendly to their face, but I'll also like make very obvious jokes as I'm being friendly.
I don't know, man. I mean, I think you should consider going down the path of being kind of like a cross between Breaking Bad and Woody Harrelson from that movie 2012. And you got the motorhome already. You just set up your live stream, mobile, and you just keep moving around. How are they going to catch you? You're in a new location every day. We'll hook you up with some great streaming options from Starlink or whatever you want, and throw some solar solar panels on your roof. We'll keep you fed with some good old soybean vegan burgers, and we'll just send you all over the plane here, and you can just stream from anywhere. Anytime those cops start getting a sniff, you're already gone.
And they want me out in Nelson. They're like, this fucking squatting Jew won't leave. He just won't even budge. They tried to take the phone out of my hands, and I'm like, no, this is my phone. I said, show me under the Canadian Criminal Code where I cannot live stream because this is my property. Excuse me, Officer Titty Mo, stop that. And he had the two women cops. That's why he probably started getting aggressive, because the women cops, they all had a crush on me. And so they reached out just to hold me. And both of the women are like holding my arms. It's Titty Mo just like, give me that, man. I'm like, get off it. I didn't even swat at him. I just like, that's enough, Titty Mo. This is my property. I'm going to put it in my pocket right now. So like all three of them are like trying to like take my phone, but mainly Titty Mo. And then I'm like, that's it. This is getting dangerous for my phone. I'm putting it in my pocket now. And then I put my phone in my pocket, and then Adam Sutherland came in from behind and just choked me. I almost went unconscious right away. That guy's got a hell of a chokehold.
Oh, jeez.
But as soon as then they got me on the pavement, then he's like, on your belly. And he already like broke my ribs in the side. And then I'm like on my belly, and then he's like compressed vertebrae in between my shoulder blades and like popped my sternum out of socket. Like, thanks, Titty Mo.
Wow.
Fucking pigs.
Damn.
But
welcome to communism.
I still got the Jew knuckle. They can't beat me in a one-on-one fist fight. They're just a bunch of clowns with badges. And beautiful women, I might add, but the real clowns is Titty Mo.
God, what a name, Titty Mo.
I know. And if it's bad enough he broke my ribs, and every time I crack a joke about him, Titty Mo, and I start laughing and it breaks my ribs worse. That guy's got a deadly stupid name, and he backs it up. He's just like, deputy dipshit, Wade Titty Mo here for breaking ribs again. So him and Corey Hoy, Titty Mo broke my ribs. A week earlier, he broke my buddy Aaron's ribs. And then a month and a half or 2 months or whatever, this woman's kind of drugged out. But Titty Mo was there when Corey Hoy broke her ribs. And Corey Hoy was the guy that tasered me back in 2015. So this duo of Corey Hoy and Wade Titty Mo, they got to go to jail or shouldn't be allowed to work with each other. They're just a breaking taser duo. Fucking Staff Sergeant Chips Ahoy Corey, and then Deputy Dipshit Titty Mo. Like, this is ridiculous. They're just breaking everyone's ribs in Nelson.
Unreal. And I mean Nelson of all places too. The one town that opened up its arms to the uh, people,
Yoga.
the people trying to escape from the draft of going to Vietnam,
Hmm.
and there's still people living in Nelson today who can't go back to the United States
Well,
because they'll be
and
thrown
those
into
are
jail,
exactly,
and it's
and
unbelievable.
that's exactly who these cops are protecting, because it's all those draft dodgers that are the big time drug dealers now, and then the cops will break anybody's friend.
Oh God, yeah,
I'm too good
what
with
a
names
what a
and
quagmire mess.
ethnicities. I find out where everybody's from. I'll be like, those New York Jews are almost as dangerous as the Calgary Jews. This is crazy.
Well, you know what? I hear that Mexico is pretty good, as long as you go to the right places. So maybe you
Well, I've
should
been
maybe you should
bouncing
hop into your RV there and just start driving south and document
around.
everything, and throw up some podcasts every night that you're on your way down, and
Those
who knows?
kikes, those kikes on bikes are in every country, and then I've been mouthing off the Basque nobility too. The old Turnerstein, no stone left unturned.
Uh huh.
I'm reporting live on Baker Street a bunch of racist jokes, but I'm not racist. What do you think about that? And everyone's like laughing, but they can't laugh too hard, or people think that they support my. I'm the best racist comedian, but I'm not racist. So, like that makes me.
Yeah,
And
no.
then that
I'm
Seinfeld,
I'm speciest. I hate all humans the same.
that's the way I am too. And then once one human, if it's like a family or a tribe or like a cult religion, and I'll blame Freemasons for everything all the time. But then, yeah, I hate everybody. So, or I don't hate them, hate them. I love even the haters, or like those are the funnest to make jokes about. So then, I have got a knockoff joke that I stole from Seinfeld, but this is way better. What's the deal with Jews? It's good. It's a serious question too, actually. I know. I know. And but it's so funny because I'm a French Jew and a Scottish Jew and a Native American Jew. I got Cherokee blood. Look at my Cherokee nose.
Well,
And all those tribes, they love me because I'm the best comedian. They just can't
they just
share.
they just can't admit to how much they love you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like everybody in Hollywood's probably chomping at the bit. They're like, how could we get Steve to shut up about Freemasonry? Take one of our arranged marriage. One of these days, he's gonna break down, and, and I keep on telling their finest, man, they gotta quit having such promiscuous women. These I'm too wise for just the old random CIA honey trap.
Oh man,
Want something that's worth waiting for.
I know that you and most of the internet loves to sit there and trash on the Freemasons and the Jews,
No, just the
but
Masons. The French Masons invented the Jews, and they invented Italy too.
now I'm going to take offense to that because I am very appreciative of my Italian heritage.
But look at your French honker. And you'd have to be the tallest Southern Italian in the history of, but you're like a Rome, like a
Are you kidding me?
Vatican.
My great grand or my grandfather, and I mean shit. You look at my brother. He's a good 3-4 inches taller than me.
You're
N-
Northern Italian.
Northern Italian, yeah, from Trieste, which is where the Marco Polo family came from. So,
That's right. Some of those guys can fist fight because they come from the French.
well, Trieste is eastern north, so we're northeastern, and that's maybe explains my predisposition towards you know Eastern European women, I kind of melt like they
Me
might be.
too.
I kind of melt like they might be my kryptonite. You know,
They can
just
still cook and clean, and second wave feminism hasn't affected them. Like it's like just a wasteland for yoga out west.
I know. So,
Whereas
yeah. So shout out to all the
Orthodox
Ukrainian women
Christians,
looking to evacuate, and you know.
yeah, I might get a permanent if I can afford a post office box. I might order a Ukrainian bride. This could be incredible. Is this live yet? This is going to be in
The
2 hours.
calls are coming in right now, Steve. We've got
Yeah, my bad.
Natalia on line 1. She says, I'm in. Actually, no, you're in. Well, Steve, you're already in, bro.
So my text now phone number, I'll update that
Yeah.
once I remember what it is. But like Bell Mobility cut me off. I was like demanding proof for services. I was like,
Oh,
this is not
God.
unlimited high speed. 50 gigabytes is slow. I couldn't even load SoundCloud.
Oh, no, they've
I,
got you capped for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. Um,
My jokes are even too hot for live stream. That's why I'm glad we're pre-recording this.
well, you know, I think maybe that's why there was such a delay when I was trying to connect you earlier, is because they're running you through I don't know how many filters, you know, and they're like, are we really sure we want these two to connect here right now? Thank God for YouTube still being the platform of free speech.
Yeah. Well, Sir Guy Brin, that's one of my good Jewish cousins. That's why we're still keeping alive on them. Even Zuckerberg treats me pretty good on Facebook, but
Yeah.
that's why it pays to be a Scottish and French Jew and Native American Jew, too.
Well, yeah. So how did we get on that? Oh, you were bashing on Freemasons, right? And you know, I mean, from my personal experience, I would say that 98% of all the people that are in Freemasons are just lonely, sour old men who want to have a little social club and have a place to go where they don't have to hang out with their wives every night.
And did they ever touch you inappropriately?
The Freemasons? Come on, man. No, 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 no. I mean, they maybe asked me if I'd let them, but absolutely not. No.
Oh, they did ask you, though.
Well, they kind of hinted that they wanted me to join their extra special club of the 33rd degree, and once I found out that they were all just full of shit, I said no. So,
Yeah, shit's where the parasites, that's where the parasites, eggs and worms and everything. That's
yeah,
not
but you know,
good.
you kind of also have to be one of those mindless, soulless souls to get into that club in the first place. It's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
like
why
when
I
you
don't
it's
want
kind of
porn.
when you meet a hypnotist and you go up on stage and he makes you do the thing with your hands and he looks at you, is like, nope, you're not going to work, go sit back down. It's the same kind of thing, right? You know,
Yeah.
if you can actually think for yourself, and they know that, and they've realized it, they're not gonna let you into their club, right? It's the same way that
And
people who
that's
get
what the
jobs
CIA will invite
with
you.
the police, or people who get jobs in the military, they're not highly intelligent people, because they don't want highly intelligent people who are critical thinkers that can think for themselves. They want people that are really good at following orders, that are, you know, they're gonna do what they're told, and not question it. And that, you know, I mean, I don't mean any offense to anybody that's in the police or military or anything like that, because they are, for the most part, 98% are really good people. But you
No,
get the
but here's a serious question. On like an IQ and moral compass, who do you think is lower? The average Canadian teacher or law enforcement?
law enforcement.
But the teachers aren't that good either.
They're not that good, but if you're talking about IQ is generally um, based on problem solving.
Okay.
Cops are not meant
How
to be
about
problem
nurses?
solvers.
Who do
They
you
are there
rank,
to.
who's
They're
third? Are the nurses possibly the stupidest then of the three?
nurses. Nurses.
I think there's a high percentage of Eastern Star Freemasons within nursing, school
100%.
systems,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
police,
Absolutely.
emergency services,
For sure.
or
Yeah.
ambulance, fire hall,
Yeah.
even like military.
Big time. Big time. I
But
can
no one
totally confirm
talks
that.
about
I know
the
that. I know that for certain because being a Freemason and knowing a lot of the wives, most of them were nurses, and um, that's just de facto truth right there.
and dental hygienist and
Yeah.
dental assistant. Yeah, that's high too.
Yeah.
And real estate agents. Oh boy, they're and then journalists. A
Okay, but
lot of
now you're going
newscast.
now you're going way down the IQ scale. Like you went from like, up here and you're
I don't know. Some of these real estate agents, though, man, they could sell a frickin' a
has
foreign
nothing to do with
investor.
IQ. That just has to do with cunningness.
Man, they could sell BlackRock and Vanguard. They're so
And we're now banned. And we're now banned.
and that's where it is. Is that's like code word for Freemasonry is BlackRock and Vanguard. Or Bill
100%. But
Gates.
nobody's going to know what those things are. And if they go and Google them, they're going to find some fancy new sneaker or watch that they're going to buy and be like, "Yeah, check out this Vanguard watch. I'm so cool." Yeah, no, you're an idiot.
Yeah, that's Freemason time, man. Those
Yeah.
school you every stock market, the bear market is coming. Uh,
There's going to be the no market soon, but
oh, oh yeah, especially when you're black and blue balled from town and you're like, I don't care, Masons and the Mofsky gang. I used to call them the Mofsky gang, and then I was like the Kikes on bikes, and now I'm just like, fuck it, Hell's Angels are a bunch of. I even called them the G word, which apparently they don't like. And then I was like, man, there's a lot of them now. They're just revving their engines around every corner.
that's because they're
Maybe
getting pushed, man. They're getting pushed into the little corridor,
by
the
the
Kootenays.
CIA
Yeah.
and the Freemasons,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
maybe not even their bosses, but just in equal riding stance. They're all on their high horse, these agencies, and then minions of the Bikers Association of vested. Fucking, how are these criminal? In Kelowna, there was actually a court proceeding. I think some disgruntled locals or whoever it was wanted to have the police seize their clubhouse and a lot of beachfront properties as or assets of ill-gotten assets of criminal, organized crime.
Yeah, I thought they did that. I thought
A
they seized
lawyer.
their property.
Yeah, they got a lawyer and fought under the Canadian Criminal Code. They were championing free speech, but then where are they when the government's censoring my comedy? The Hells Angels should be like, yeah, but Steve's the best. The Kikes on bikes. That's the best.
Man, we need a bumper sticker that says "Kikes on bikes" with a big
Oh, yeah.
thumbs up. Kikes on
every-
bikes.
Every now and again, I see somebody with tattoos that doesn't laugh as hard, but I'm not scared to throw that joke down. I'm like, hey, have you guys ever seen the Kikes on Bikes Roadshow? And every time they see me laughing on live streams about it and then interviewing people on the streets, it must make them laugh extra hard. And
That's funny. You pull up to a convention of bikers. You're like, "You ever see the Kikes on Bikes Roadshow? It's coming after me right now!" And you just burn rubber. And they're like,
gotta go.
"Yeah, gotta go."
I think I would be safer in Russia. I got a lot of
Oh,
Russian
probably.
military
I think so,
police.
too.
They like
I mean, why the fuck would Edward Snowden not go home? Like, he's still there. Obviously, it's safer in
I
Russia,
think
man.
Vladimir Putin actually banned the Kikes on bikes. He was
That's why he's bombing the shit out of Ukraine.
Yeah, Vladdy was like off to Ukraine. He quarantined. He sent
Oh,
them
we're
all
so
to
banned
Ukraine
right
and
now.
Kazakhstan, I bet.
Yeah.
Nazarbayev is probably dealing with the fallout right now. There's like a whole bunch of idiots revving their engines around Astana. Fuck, would Nazarbayev be pissed off if the Kikes on Bikes Roadshow came through Kazakhstan? Even Borat would be like, that's it. Throw the Kikes down the well. That's Sacha Baron Cohen. Doesn't he look
That's gonna
like
be the name of this episode. Kikes on bikes. There
Oh
we go.
yeah, the kite. Well, and remember, what was the name of that episode? We called it. Remember, like 3 years ago, right before the COVID lockdowns hit, before they threw me in the mental hospital the second time.
Ah,
I
shit,
called
man.
that
I
one
don't remember
Triple
stuff.
Distilled Steve.
Yeah, there we
Where
go. Yeah, triple distilled with Steve.
Yeah, because I changed.
Yeah,
My dad wanted me to change my name, so I changed it to Bergevino. I
yeah,
put an O at the end of my
yeah.
name.
Bergevin.
Bergevino.
Yeah.
Oh, the best wine. My dad's so pissed off. Those Catholic Freemasons, they almost get angry like Jesuits. They're
Catholic
just
Freemasons don't exist, man. I mean,
like, oh,
they
it's
just.
a Jesuit family.
It's like
Yeah, they hate it when I make
they
the Jews.
Catholics and
That
Freemasons hate each other. You know how many bad sideways glances I would get when I go to church and they'd be looking at me. They're like, "You're not even a real Catholic, and you're a Freemason. Get out of here." It's like, ugh. Yeah, no, it's all
oh
bullshit.
yeah,
Man.
you are Catholic.
I was raised Catholic. I was baptized.
So you're Jewish then?
No, 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 no,
Holy Thorburn
no,
Areno.
no.
Oh, you did get the Thorburn on the Junos. You got a bit of Irish in you, don't
I
you?
got the Irish for sure, mate. I'm from Newfoundland.
That's what I love about making the short guy jokes is that the Southern Italians, they always just want to fist fight again. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
you'll never beat a tall guy. Like,
No.
you guys are Southern Italians.
Well, they'll punch you in the dick.
Oh,
I mean,
and so they don't laugh at my jokes. Anytime I make jokes about the Irish being short, and I'm like, they are okay at fist fighting, but not against tall guys. But then the Irish will laugh, whereas the Southern Italians like do more like steroids and are like, I'll be back. I'm going to beat up those tall guys. They keep making jokes about us. And they keep on suntanning and doing their laundry and getting beat up again. Like Jersey Shore, like repeat mode for those little guys.
oh god.
But they get beat up every time. Have you been out in Kelowna? They always want to fight those little guys, eh?
I mean, the little guys. I don't know. I'm a frickin' tree. I walk around. Nobody wants to fight me.
That's how I am.
know.
Except like I'm French, like visibly French. So everyone's like, dude, that guy's the original Jew. And I'm like, don't fuck with me. Oh, squarely. And then they back away.
Yeah.
No, I actually haven't had too many people try to fight me. Like I always just, in my old age, I was just like, no, I don't want to fight. You're a little guy. But instead of like aggressively telling them that so that it like intimidates them to back away, I'm more diplomatic. And I'm like, just calm down, little guy. Like, just relax. It's okay. I know you're no, but seriously, I have, you know how like in the press game fight conference and stuff, everybody thinks Conor McGregor's the best. Man,
Oh,
if
here
I
we
was
go.
at
Conor
UFC
McGregor.
press conference or like WWF, like if I was in the WWF, like,
That WWE. Get it right.
man, we should start the WWF again. And then we'll copyright it, like copyright WWF.
And we could have a couple of pandas in the wrestling ring fighting
That way
each
we
other.
could actually
That way we
bring
could actually bring them
the
together.
wrestling and the World Panda Wildlife
Yeah.
Foundation, and
Yeah.
then everybody would be happy. Even
Everybody.
like, did you ever read that? Hear that story? There was apparently a woman in sea dolphins, or not sea dolphins, like sea. There's some like rescue for whales. They call it like sea harbors. Anyway, apparently there was a woman in this group from England, and she got seduced by a CIA or an undercover agent that eventually, she says, knocked her up, and they had a family together until she finally found out he was a double agent and spying on her because she was trying to rescue the oceans. You heard that story?
No.
Yeah, it
Some
doesn't sound believable.
Disney fantasy, like,
Who cares what the sea whales are up to? Or Greenpeace essentially is kind of like one of those scam charities. But nobody cares what the Greenpeace or like Extinction Rebellion, like who
What are you
cares
gonna-
what a bunch of cracked out hippies are doing?
yeah, they
Like-
basically pool all their mom and dad's trust funds together to buy a little skiff and drive it into the side of a Japanese whaling boat and, oh, justice for the whales? Like, come on. And then what? You went home and ate a tuna fish sandwich? Like, you fucking morons. No.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they probably got extra vaccines for more mercury because the fish, man, they're just fleecing those sea harbors. Or I forget the name of it. But as soon as I read the story, I was like, that sounds totally fake. But I bet my ex-girlfriend was a CIA honey trap. I bet that... Because I'm the real deal. Like, I'm a one-man, like, peace, like, earth-saving charity mission guy. I'm just like, I got the whole world on my back. And then the CIA's like, we got to slow this guy down. Let's get more hookers to jump on his back. And I'm like, get off of me. And then I like keep on just racing like after the Russians, and I'm like, I'll catch them. But those fucking Russian Jews, they can run so
They
fast.
can run, man. Yeah. That's why they banned them from the Olympics now, is because they know that they can't catch those fuckers.
Oh, I know. Like even the what is it? The Ethiopians, like even in long distance equidistant running, those Ethiopians can't even catch the Russians.
Yeah.
They win the race every time. They're the fastest racist in the history of racism.
Cheers to that. Cheers.
Oh shit! I should almost throw down my put on my headset while because my mom.
Your mom's probably like, shut the fuck up already.
I'm in the far room and she sleeps real good. But if I walk through, so let's see, mic check. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you just right.
Yeah, that's actually real crisp sound. I can hear you even better too.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go downstairs and have a smoke.
I've been like two months smoke free. Not that that's
Nice.
yeah. No, I had to stop. I was starting to feel the old kick in the lungs there. But pretty happy with myself.
Yeah, I find every
I just can't afford it either.
I try to at least quit for like every couple of months. I'm a quitter. I just like to take at least. Remember last time we went to the hot springs? That was actually my longest streak in a couple of years.
You know,
I
that
like
that trip
2.5
that you and
months
I made
without
to
smoking.
the hot springs, man, that was probably one of the best hot springs I've done in quite a while. I mean, I went after I went with you, and it was fun, but I got my truck stuck, and it ended up being really expensive for my buddy. And when I went with you, I know that what we did when we were there didn't really work for you, but I'll tell you, that time that we did
No,
that...
it did.
Did it? Did it work for you?
No, it totally, because well, it was just, remember, as soon as we got to the springs, I ran out of smokes, or like we were passing the cusp, and I was like, I got one smoke left, and I just decided, nope, not even gonna get smokes.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
remember.
totally, yeah. So that. But
No.
anyways, yeah.
I meant what the other thing that we did
and relaxing.
when we were in the spring itself, and you were kind of like, oh, it didn't really work for me. I can tell you that it worked for me. Like, that was the first time that I saw the what do you call it, the 12 monkeys, the monkeys where they rotate around and they're laughing, the laughing monkeys. I can't remember what they're called, but that's what I was seeing when we did that.
Donkey.
When we did that thing that we did in the hot spring there. I mean, it was unbelievable. It was like 12 monkeys, and they were just spinning, and everywhere I looked, I could just see it. And they were laughing, and it wasn't like a bad laugh. It was like a holy shit, life is fucking awesome kind of laugh. And that was the first time I experienced that. So, yeah, I think maybe I should have just like triple dosed your hit, and you would have got there too.
Well, I was just thinking about that. I rather not. If what's this? I rather not actually talk about any of that stuff on live stream because I do a real good job of refuting the bogus. If people aren't grounded, like if you were like a crackpot of any type, I wouldn't have even trusted doing anything around you because you know how powerful that substance is.
Super
And so
powerful.
then
Yeah.
I think we're living in such crackpot land overall that I don't even talk about or want to share these type of stories publicly. It gives the bad influence that
Okay. No,
possibly
that's fair.
that
I'll cut that out.
substance is okay
I'll cut it
when
out.
not. It's like 99. What did you figure? It's probably like 995 people out of 1,000 are not fit for even. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy. You are back.
It's amazing how crisp. I've only got like 2 bars, and it still comes in like crisp. Skype's the best for that when you have low connection. It's got the best pickup.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, your video on my end is a little bit pixelated, so it's all good though.
And it's neat now that like weed is legalized, or I guess even in some countries though it'll give you restrictions if you don't if they have legalized weed today.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is on that. I think some countries still have an issue if you are promoting that stuff online. But I don't care. Promote it. That's all good. I grew up smoking weed.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't recommend it because to each their own, and you got to do your own thing and figure life out for yourself. But I don't think it's harmful. I mean, here I am drinking a little bit of vaccine, and this shit is not good for anybody. So don't drink alcohol, kids. Otherwise, you get left with look like we have right on our right hand side here. That's what happens. That's what I think.
no, I think it's just because I've got 1 to 2 bars out here, and as soon as it drops to 1 bar, then it starts cutting in and out.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna finish rolling my bedtime smoke, and then that's what I was gonna say is think about a couple key topics you want to hit on, because otherwise I'll just interrupt with jokes all the time.
No, I think people actually appreciate your jokes a lot more than key topics, but it's always best when you can make your jokes revolve back around the key topics and make pointers on them and stuff. But no, man, your jokes are the best, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your
Yeah,
jokes.
that's why we got to keep on racing those Russians around the mulberry bush. One day we'll catch them.
Yep. One day we'll catch those racing Russians.
They're the fastest racist of all time.
They're so fast. They're so fast they go all the way around the big globe and come right back up behind us and stick it right in our ash.
We thought the protocols of the Elders of Zion was blaming the Frenchies, but it was actually KGB propaganda, and they're all in on it. The Kaisers are just like, Scheiße, he's at us again. He's going to talk about the Germans. And I'm like, those Germans, they the cutest schnitzels.
Oh, so
Fucking
good.
Germans. What?
The fucking Germans.
Shame. A bunch of little. I made jokes about the Germans for fun.
The fucking Germans. They tried to fix the world
I always
problems.
loved that clip. I remember just I seen like a clip of like the Hitler meeting, but it was like about hockey, and it was like, I'm done. Yep. I forget which team they were specifically making fun of, but boy, that Hitler clip, you could recut that into just about anything, and it's just hilarious.
The Hitler clip. No, I have not heard of that.
It's from this movie where Hitler's like raging, and I don't know what movie it was from, but like all the sports that
What, when he was in the war room? That's generally the Hitler clips,
yeah,
is when he's in the war room
exactly.
with all the guys around him, and they dub over with some audio and
Yeah,
make some joke about, a football play and he's just losing his mind or whatever, right? I kind of think that's the one you're talking about. Yeah, I've probably seen
yeah.
it.
I mean, I'm not a pro Hitler guy, but that was the funniest clip. Scheiße, der Dankeschön. Dankeschön
Yeah,
again.
yeah. I know the one you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
man, history. I was talking to somebody today, and I had to bite my tongue like 15 times in
just
a
not
row
even joke.
because they
I
they
just
kept
thinking about.
talking about how, they were such history buffs and they knew all of this stuff about history, and they were comparing our time right now, what the world's going through, to something similar what people went through in the World War II, and with the good old boys. And I was like, I mean, I wasn't alive then, but I don't believe anything that we've been told about that time. And I mean, what the world is going through right now, like, this is a whole nother level. It's a whole other deception. Whereas back then, it didn't seem like that much of a deception, as much of just a de facto um, deviation. Depending on where you were. It was like, if you were in Germany, I guess the information that you were getting was different from if you were outside of Germany, and therefore your interpretation was different. But now it's the entire world, and they're all being fed the same, but all very different misinformation at the same time, and they're just keeping everybody in a total state of chaos, a total state of flux. One place is saying one thing, another saying another thing, and yet it's the same, I
Yeah,
guess, methodology that's being used across the board, and it's being done on purpose, and it's accelerating so that they can keep everybody in a complete state of chaos and not knowing what's going to happen next, and what's even happening in their own realm or their own sphere of influence. And
yeah,
yeah, I don't know, man. I had to bite my tongue so many times today when this person was talking about history, and I was like, you really want to sit here and tell me that you think you know what happened 40 years ago, 50 or 60 or 70 or 200, and you've only been alive for 43 years, and maybe have actually paid attention to what you've read in the last 15? Like, come on. Stop being so ignorant, and yeah, history.
sweet. I got way better connection now. Now we can talk
Oh
about
yeah, now I can
history
actually see
as
what
if
you're
it
doing.
wasn't a total joke.
Yeah, well,
But
anyways,
yeah, what
that's
a
all.
sick joke history is. They just lie about everything.
Absolutely. The winners write the books, right?
And that means the French won every time again.
They took all of the little pointers from Napoleon's little pocketbook. It was one of
Yeah,
those micro
yeah,
ones that had to fit into his micro pockets because he was such a small little prick.
yeah. So what the French are like, all right, so then we'll tell the Greeks to tell everyone this.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't even do my retarded French politician accent anymore since I started talking about borscht being the best soup. I can't even.
All you have to do is just picture Jean Chrétien smile, and then you'll immediately start speaking in a retarded French accent.
My name is
Jean
Jean.
Chrétien? Jean Chrétien?
Jean Chrétien. It's actually lidocaine.
Mhm.
Both sides. We make sure they pay attention. Oh wow! Look at that lightning.
I saw the
Man,
flash there, yeah.
you saw them? They're just lighting it up back there.
Yep. Nice,
I
nice.
can't believe this. They did it again.
They must
Maybe
have
I
got
should-
Britney Spears working again.
What's that?
I said they must have got Britney Spears going again. Oops. She did it again.
Yeah, it's Judge Judy again.
Dang.
Or that's Britney's mama.
Well, I have not really been keeping up on any of the news. I turned everything off. You know, I was probably like the number one guy that if you wanted to know what was going on any side of the playing field, I knew everything. I was watching it all every day, all day long. I turned it all off. And then recently, I would say in the last few months, I've just started peeking in the morning at first the mainstream news just to see what extra bullshit kind of lies or spins they're gonna throw, and then immediately after I start watching your TikTok streams. Yeah, that's pretty good angle you have going on there for those lights. It's good.
Which one?
You got the
lightning in
clouds
the
and the
back.
lightning in the background. It's good.
Yeah, I wonder actually. I could probably even get better because it usually does spark up. Looks like the storm. Yeah, because it's clear skies.
It was
up
right
above
behind you,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, and there is some dark skies moving. Oh wow, yeah, I told you up in there. Maybe we should show back this way.
But yeah, kind of what I was thinking was that maybe we should just we should start doing like a roll up of all of the insanity, and that was what I was talking to you about before when I was like, you know, we should do these streams, but then also have
Oh,
nice.
wow.
That was a good one.
You see that pretty good with the camera?
Yeah, it well, it looked a little purple, but it was good. Yeah, it lit up all the clouds. Man, I can almost taste that cigarette. It's a tasty one.
Yeah, it's some of the. My buddy Jim has the best. Oh wow.
Yeah, you're lighting up.
Well, I don't see any fires in the horizon.
Not yet. But yeah, so I was thinking we could do like a roll up. I'm not on any of those Telegram channels anymore, but I could be. It was just so consuming to sit there and look at all of that stuff, you know, with people creating all the memes and all those posts of stuff. I mean, it's it's not like it's not real, but it's not like it's real, you know, at the same time. It's the same thing with the mainstream media. It's both sides, right? But
Well,
it would be kind of funny to have those all those kind of Telegram posts with all the memes and just like a roll up of the week, and sit there and have them playing in the background. We could look at it and see a post and be like, so, and you know, talk about.
yeah, well, and that's what I kind of saw with Telegram. It was just like another like time extension or time waster. Like
Oh yeah, for sure.
Facebook wasn't going anywhere for me. TikTok wasn't that much better, and now it's like, oh, Telegram. Should I download WhatsApp again? Like what, you know, like what is encrypted? Like Proton Mail. Like, is that any better than
Proton.
Hotmail?
I'm a proponent for Proton Mail. I like Proton Mail. They are pretty secure. You know, throughout the entire time that I've been using them, they've only had one period of downtime, and it lasted for, I don't know, maybe a day, half a day, where, you know, I couldn't check my emails. but in terms of privacy and security and everything, Proton Mail is good. I would highly recommend Proton Mail, and if you sign up for Proton Mail, you get a free account, and with that free account, you get access to their free VPN service. So you get a free VPN server, and I also highly recommend that. So if you ever do any type of online banking, or if you do anything online that you want to just cover your tracks, yeah, use Proton VPN, 100%.
Well, if this storm comes any closer, I think as a targeted individual, I should seek to get... It'll be like my last podcast. Like,
yeah, we'll get it live. We'll get it live.
Yeah, I should never have made so many jokes about the Southern Italians. All of a sudden, there'll be like some little midget with the, whop, whop, we got him. That little fucker, that's the last time he mouths off us. That
Nice.
big Frenchie's just oh, he earned it. Fuck, they'd be laughing. That's why I don't even like driving on the windy roads in the Kootenays here. Oh, a trip out to Tagum Beach, that's far enough for me. It was a big day.
But anyways,
And then-
what do you think, Steve?
remember,
We should do a weekly wrap up, like a Sunday night show, or what do you think? Go for like a midweek?
Well, we should definitely try and do it more regular, and then as well, I think if we pump out some videos on, as much as TikTok's kind of lame. I don't know. I like Facebook Live better, even, actually, because at least you don't have a bunch of kids join and or like trying to comment and stuff. And it's like there should be adults only platforms, and like my comedy, like that's good for just adults.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I mean, we can figure out the medium.
But D Live or Discord, at least then we own the content. Because if we don't have our own StreamYard or Discord or D Live, we don't even own the content. And it's if you're not multi-streaming with a premium account, or however Restream works, if I could ever sign up for everything. And then I think you have to like link your computer to your phone.
Yeah.
So Restream is one avenue that I was looking at. Is a bunch of technical computer stuff where I was like, this is going to take way too long. I got to get to the Freedom Rally. And then I never looked into it afterwards. I was all revved up, like, I'm going to be live streaming multi-platform. Got my phone, this new, like a Samsung 10E. It was like new to me, but I like getting the older stuff. Wow, it's just, I got to seek shelter. This is getting crazy.
Almost looked like you had a fireball go across the sky there.
Well, and it's this sheet lightning, but then as much as it looks like it doesn't touch down, sometimes there's the thinnest little zap trail that'll just light up a foot. Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
That's a plasma. Oh.
Well,
Nicola,
maybe you need to seek some shelter there, buddy. And I'm going to wrap this one up. And
yeah, I know. I got the hiccups and the joint went out, luckily. You never want to smoke too heavy when you got the hiccups.
No. That's not a good combination at all. So...
yeah, it was good show and good catching up. And then, yeah, let's talk more about the demographics of Mexico, because I think as much as there is a bunch of gentrification all over Earth, Mexico has got the best locals. Like they've been working together with family farms since like forever, and it's not like that in Western democracies. Farming and homesteading is just a thing of the past, and now we got supermarkets and lazy fat people everywhere.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Yeah, well, let me reach out to some people that I know are officially down in Mexico, and we'll see if we can get a good insight to what's going on down there.
You know who we need to talk to is Mark Knight. Have you ever talked to him?
Yeah.
Wakey, because he was the one that told me, I was telling him Mexico might be right for me, and he's like, I got a bunch of buddies down in, I think it was Puerto Vallarta region, or maybe north of Acapulco, I think he was talking about.
Yeah. Well, he's probably talking about Jeff Berwick and stuff, right?
Oh, probably. Where's he at? He's
down by Acapulco.
that Jeff Berwick, actually, as much as I can't stand little crypto shills, he makes me laugh. That's
He's
for
a
sure.
funny guy, for sure. Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
funny guy. I haven't watched any of his shit lately. Sorry, I apologize, Jeff. But like I
Oh,
said,
do you
I
keep in
turned
touch
everything
with him
off.
or what?
Well, I did for a while, but I turned everything off, man. It was
Well,
getting to be too much.
well, tell him if he joins our live stream that we're both going to be famous soon, and we won't call him a crypto shill midget if he joins our live stream and behaves himself and doesn't spout off about rip off
I'll
cryptocurrency.
if I ever get a chance to tell him, I'll tell him that you said that. Yeah,
Oh yeah, and then Wakey, we got it. He's like,
he's
Ethereum's
awesome,
the
man.
best.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm like, come on, Mark, just because you were early in on the. But I can't believe how many of these guys are pushing the Amway scam currency. This is like at least.
oh really?
Well, don't you think it's like the race to the bottom? And it's like, well, how much they inflate the real estate, but if they can prop up a whole bunch of nonsense like inflatable currencies that Disneyland produced in like some type of Area 51 basement that is so top secret that the crypto blockchain can't even keep up with, like a peer-to-peer Napster type server, which is the best. I'm not a hacker, but I am Russian when I talk like a before. I'm a trans Ukrainian ex-Russian, the best hot Kukabor yogi, and I make soup. Borscht is the best for hot yoga.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm out of steam, but what a run. We had a great reunion podcast, and hopefully we'll get Jeff Berwick and Mark Knight on for the next show. Oh yeah,
That would be a pretty awesome combo.
Imagine if we got David Weiss and Mark Sargent on too, because boy, that would be a knee slapper. They'd probably love my.
Well,
friend.
I mean, honestly, man, in order to make any of that stuff happen, we're gonna have to jump back in head first and get onto all those channels and start reaching out to those guys. And I mean, yeah, you want to do it? Let's do it. All right.
Well, you know what you should do too is read up your family history as much as you can find about Marco Polo and the Silk Road and Persian princesses, because those are the best. And then what we could do is hopefully I'm going to reach out to Tom Carberry. He's like the greatest historian of all time. Oh, and I've been trolling Ralph Ellis. Have you heard of this guy? He trolls everybody. He's like probably Greek, but he's like a British. And then he plays this David Pidcock, this Muslim scholar. But it's the same fucking guy. So Ralph Ellis is like the Masons' like favorite storyteller boy. Like this guy, like, did you ever watch that documentary, The Ring of Power?
I don't know.
Anyways, we'll get Ralph Ellis on. I told him this isn't going to be a discussion, Ralph. It's going to be a debate. Man, do I flex hard for the best French Jewish actor. The Juno goes to Steven again. Man, once I start singing, Celine Dion's never going to win another Juno because I'm going to compete in male and female categories. Okay, right on, Dan.
All right,
Thanks
buddy,
for
man.
listening to all my jokes, and we'll be back. We should even just do one tomorrow then. Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Why not? Let's do it.
Okay, cheers, bro. Have a good night.
You too. Peace.
Bye.